I was checking out some stocks in the wee hours of the morning and I came across Goldman Sachs. I use Yahoo Finance and I click on their profile and I see they have over 45,000 employees. If you go to the income of their key executives, you see the CEO, David Solomon, making 9.21 million. Doesn't say exactly what year that is, but it's a good number. And John Waldron making, he's the president and COO, making 10.85 million. Chief Financial Officer Dennis Coleman III, making 9.07 million. Miss Catherine H. Ruemeyer, Chief Legal Officer, Secretary and General Counsel, making 5.77 million. How do these people do it? The Global Treasurer, Philip Berlinski, making 9.55 million. You could pause this and read right here what they do. I'm not going to read the whole thing for you. You could read it for yourself. They give a dividend of 2.9, almost 3% dividends. Yahoo says they're at near fair value. You could see their chart for the year, up and down. Nothing spectacular. For 5 years, still nothing spectacular. They've gone up from 2018, 2019. They haven't doubled, but close to it. This is since June of 20. Excuse me. I think they made a mistake there. 1999. I guess that's when it was from. That's when they first opened up their stock portfolio. Started trading on the stock exchange. They were a $59 stock, so not a spectacular stock, but an interesting stock. Compare them to Tesla, which was equivalent to around $12 back in 2019, and now they're a $291 stock. They split a few times, so back in 2012 they were $2.23 stock, so you could have made a lot of money with them. You could see in the pre-market hours already they were down like $15 in the after hours trading, which closed at 8 o'clock, and they were down $15. Now they moved up, down $10, $11. Over here they don't really give you, you don't see these people, the CFO making $10 million or $5 million like Goldman Sachs. They don't give you the income of Elon Musk, but you can see $303,000 for Zachary John Plannell Kirkhorn and Andrew Baglino, Senior Vice President of Powertrain and Energy Engineering, $303,000. So if you work for Goldman Sachs, you'd be making a lot more money if you were top brass in that company. This is what JP Morgan Chase looks like. Back in 1990, if you invested $5 for that stock, bought 100 shares, you'd have a decent return on your money. JP Morgan Chase has 300,000 full-time employees. And you see what kind of money the top brass makes. Jamie Dimon, $6.82 million per year. It says pay exercise all the way up on top right. Daniel Eduardo Pinto, President and COO makes $7.16 million. Jeremy Barnum, Executive Vice President and CFO. How do these people make it to a company like that and make that kind of money? It's a good question. A lot of research to figure these things out. Ms. Mary Callahan Erdos, Chief Executive Officer of Asset and Wealth Management, $10.65 million. Ms. Marianne Lake, Co-Chief Executive Officer of Consumer and Community Banking, makes $7.52 million. Ms. Jennifer A. Peepzak, Co-Chief Executive Officer, also makes $7.52 million. 7.46 million, excuse me. So I don't know what these other people, they have a couple of women, 3 more women on the top brass over there, as you can see. We can take a look at how much money the top brass makes at Netflix with 12,800 employees. Mr. Hastings makes $1.67 million. CEO and director makes $21 million. Wow. Mr. Theodore A. Sarandos. Mr. Gregory Peters, CEO. Another, I guess they're co-presidents and directors, making $16.2 million. Again, you look it up in the top right-hand corner, pay exercise. Mr. Spencer Adam Newman, $7.04 million. Mr. David Hyman, $6.1 million. How do these people get to the position that they are in these companies? Let's take a look at IBM, 288,000 employees. Mr. Krishna, making $5.62 million, CEO and Chairman. James Kavanaugh, CFO and Senior Vice President of Financial and Operations, $2.94 million. Miss Browdy, Senior Vice President of Legal and Regulatory Affairs, General Counsel, making $2.54 million. Mr. Gary Cohen, Executive Vice Chairman, making $3.17 million. Take a look at the financials for IBM. Total revenue, $60 million. Sometimes they put these in billions. There you could see it. They made $60 billion in revenue in 2022 with earnings of $1.64 billion. That's how they make their money. But that doesn't tell you everything. Again, this is IBM 2021. 57 billion revenue, 5.74 billion in earnings. How do they do it? Anyway, I'm running out of memory on this phone here, on my camera, so I'm going to cut off right here. Interesting, huh?